Lincoln, Nebraska is where the site of the Big Ten regular season finale is between Iowa and Nebraska. We've got a trophy game at stake.
Playing on Black Friday for the 11th straight year, Iowa's won 6 in a row and 8 straight games on Friday, and have done so over the Huskers, at least in dominating fashion, outscoring Nebraska 180-96 over the course of the last 5 meetings.
If there is a significant difference strength-wise, it's in special teams where Iowa has a big advantage.
Yeah, both return game, punting game, and the field goal kicking. I think, this is one of Kirk's best teams when it comes to all-around special teams play, and I don't see any reason why they just won't keep doing it.
The Heartland is brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and Iowa Corn Promotion Board. You may think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. The Hawkeyes and the Huskers to conclude the regular season. Iowa 9-2, still in the hunt for the Big Ten West Division Championship. Tied with Wisconsin, who plays tomorrow at Minnesota. They go trips to the left, single receiver to the right. One of those is Belt, who's just into the game. Here's the snap. Rolling out right on a play fake is Smothers. Steps up in the pocket. Fires to a wide open receiver. And he's caught it at the 10-yard line of the Hawkeyes. Missed coverage assignment there, Ed. Smothers. Receiver goes in motion. Smothers is fouled him into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. Well, they made that look easy. And Nebraska, 5.5 minutes into the game, has the lead already. It's 7-0 from Lincoln. And in motion is Bruce. He comes across the pattern. Nope. But he is going to throw it. Has a man open. Laporta. First down midfield. Into the Nebraska territory. Wrestled down at the 37-yard line. 2 tight ends. And Charlie Jones to the right. Alex looks that way. Now comes back to the short side of the field. Has a man for a first down inside the 20. There's your man, Keegan Johnson. 3 receivers, diamond formation to the right. Padilla throws that way. They snap it. Pass complete to Charlie Jones. 5:21 to play. First quarter, 7-0. And they hand off to Goodson's got a big hole up the middle. He's fighting for that goal line. He's down to the 1. And they're going to spot him there. A great counter call to a pass play. Here go the Hawks trying to tie it up. Long count. Here's the fake on the handoff to Goodson. He rolls out right, throws, caught, touchdown Iowa. Caught, touchdown by the Hawkeyes. I think it's Sam Laporta. He's being mobbed by his classmates down there, his teammates.
After review, the receiver did not maintain control.
So it's still 7-0. And Nebraska takes over first and 10 at its own 1-yard line. Double slot. One goes in motion. Circles around the quarterback. Smothers throws on a tunnel screen, and the Hawks are waiting for it. A loss of 2 back to the 2. Little bitty breeze in his face here. As long as 51. This is from 51. Here's the snap, the spot, the kick. It's certainly long enough, and it is good. Caleb Shudeck continues to be money.
Oh, boy, that would have been good from 60.
They fake the handoff to him. Smothers gets through a hole. He's off to the races. Look out. Turns the corner. Rolled out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Boy, are they blocking the Hawkeyes. 3rd down and goal. The ball just inside the 2. They run straight ahead. Touchdown. Diving over the goal line is Jaquez Yant. And Nebraska extends the lead. Another impressive 75-yard drive.
Yep, and put it all on the shoulders of Smothers.
They go heavy with 2 tight ends. Goodson gets to the outside, cuts back to the inside, and puts a nice run together of about 9. Padilla may be looking his way. Now he retreats from center, throws, caught by Sam Laporta. 30-yard line of Nebraska, gain of 11, first and 10. Hawks are forced to go for a long field goal, 48 yards. From Caleb Shudeck. High snap from center. They get the ball down. It's on its way, and it is good. He just tucked it in the right upright. Good job, Caleb Shudeck. The Hawks are hanging in there off the toe of Caleb Shudeck. Hawkeyes will have the ball to start the second half, trailing Nebraska 14-6. Plenty of football left. The Heartland is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye football. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And by the University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Spencer Petrus under center to start the second half, Ed. Interesting. Lindebaum snaps. They send a linebacker off the edge on a crossing pattern, caught by Charlie Jones. First down at the 47-yard line. Laporta comes in motion. Double tight end. They hand off to the fullback. Potabom sheds a tackler. 30, 25, 20. Bulls his way down inside the 20. There's a turn in the give off the snap. Goodson on a cutback inside the 10. And the ball is loose, and Nebraska's saying they have it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Nebraska has the football. Boy, that's the way this day has gone. My, oh my, oh my. Smothers in the pistol. Snap. Goes left, now comes back right. Throws to a wide open receiver at the 40-yard line, 45-yard line of Nebraska. That's the tight end, Austin Allen. All 6'9" of them. Jack Kerner on the stop. Here's Smothers. Pump fake short. Hit as he throws it down the middle of the field. And it's caught. Jack Kerner overran the coverage. And Nebraska will have first and goal at the 1-yard line.
How can that happen? We got the quarterback, too. He got hit just as he threw it.
Omar Manning came back for the football. And Smothers, I got to believe he's going to keep the ball and create something here. Yep, here he goes. Off the right edge. Did he get in? Touchdown, Nebraska. Freshman quarterback making quite an impression. Redshirt freshman. But first year eligibility wise, and the Huskers turn the Hawkeye turnover into 6. Hawks have got to make a move right now. Petrus starts his second series after missing most of 3 games. And here he is on a rollout right. He does a good job of play faking, completes the pass on a crossing route to Luke Lachey, who bobbled and fumbled the ball going out of bounds. Again, an empty backfield. Petrus steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws, and it's caught. Tremendous catch by Nico Reganey at the Nebraska 27. Petrus with a great throw. Shudak on for his 3rd field goal of the afternoon. He's 2 for 2. And this one is right through. So the Hawks settle for 3 again. It's 21-9. Nebraska, after a gain of 3, will punt it away. Oh, the Hawks get to it. The Hawks block it. And Iowa has it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Iowa. Oh, my goodness, what a play. Henry Marquez gets the block. The Hawkeyes completely flip momentum. It took a 3-and-out to do it.
Yep.
And then special teams take over. Kyler Fisher with the touchdown. 21-16. The Hawks are within 5. How fast things can change. Now they stack receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, 1 tight end, 1 running back. And here's a fake. Oh, a fumble. The Hawks are on it. A fumble and the Hawks are on it. Smothers, I think, tried to hand the ball off. And I'm not sure the tailback knew he was going to get it, and he knocked the ball right out of his mitts. Logan Lee jumps on the football. Nebraska, their own worst enemy. Here's Taylor punting, sends it the other way deep. Fair caught at the 6-yard line. Oliver Martin, ball back near the 5-yard line. Treacherous territory. Here's Smothers, and he's down in the end zone. The ball's loose. The Hawks need to get on it, and they do. Now, what are they going to call? Touchdown or a safety? Here's the flag.
It's going to be grounding.
Touchdown grounding.
That's an
Offense number 8.
safety.
The foul occurred in the end zone. The penalty is a safety.
All right. Well, the Hawks will take it. Again, a big play by the Iowa defense. Petrus, who has played the entire second half, is on again. He's up under center, tight eye. Play fake to Goodson, a rollout to his right. Now he's going to throw in a comebacker. Has a man open on the sideline. It's caught into Nebraska territory. Near the 40-yard line is Sam Laporta. To the short side of the field is Charlie Jones. Hawks need 8 to move the chains. Petrus hit as he throws, and it is caught by Charlie Jones.
What a
tremendous catch at the 32 from 44 yards away. Gersonde on the hole. Here's the snap. The kick is on the way. Plenty of length. It's good. And the Hawks have finally caught Nebraska at 21-all.
And 7 minutes to play.
Hawks need to pin him in here to get the ball back. Smothers now forced out of the pocket. He's running to his right. Can he get the corner turn for the first down? No, just shy. Stepped out of bounds at the 28. 101 on 22 carries. They're going to feed him again. Stop and go move. He's got the first down, still running. He's at midfield, still going. Breaks through. 30, 25, one guy to beat. And he's tackled at the 15-yard line. Cam Taylor-Britt saved the go-ahead touchdown. For the moment, the Hawks are cooking on the ground. 2nd and goal from just inside the 3. Petrus, quarterback keep. They shove him in the back. He's over the goal line. Touchdown, Iowa. Touchdown. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. And Iowa's in the lead. 27-21. Madi Potabom led the bull rush behind Tyler Linderbaum.
That's behind Tyler Linderbaum.
And the Hawkeyes finally have the lead. 28-21. Well, Hawk fans, minute 12 to sweat out here yet. Smothers back to pass. Good protection. Throws it to the end zone. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Jamari Harris. How appropriate. The rookie in the bunch. Comes up with a pass. Looked like a wrong way route was run. Look at the players jogging down there to pick up that newly named Shields Heroes Trophy as the Hawkeyes rally from 21-6 down to win it 28-21.
Baby, let's go! Wow, where am I putting this? Hey, way to step up, man. Good job. First of all, congratulations. All right, congratulations. And the other couple things I'll just tell you. All right, so first of all, I think I speak for everybody. Coaching staff, everybody. Really appreciate what you guys do, how you do it, all right? Appreciate the staff. Medical staff might get the MVP this week. All right?
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Extreme, powered by Mediacom, the internet preferred by Hawk fans. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless and the official wireless provider of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa, Virginia coming up next. This is the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Here's Keegan Murray driving hard right baseline. He's covered up by Armin Franklin. Now to Bohannon. Sidestep 3, good. Down through, that's what he does. High post right for Keegan Murray. Got Statman matter on him. He turns to the baseline, lays it in off the glass. Chris Murray ahead to Aaron Eulis. Bohannon's open in transition. Good again from, deep 3. He knows where the hot hand is. Screened by Rebracha. Now to Chris Murray, his 3. Good again. The Hawks are white hot from the perimeter.
And Tony better get a timeout or they're going to get run out of their own building.
33-19. It's Bohannon, far right wing. Shot fake. Jabo drives into the paint. Great bounce pass to the baseline. Rebracha. He's pinned. Now gets the jump hook to go. 2 minutes to play in the half. Toussaint leaning in to Gardner. Pulls up, shoots over the top, swishes it through. A 21-point lead is down to 10. Bohannon run into by Shadrick. No call, and he hits a 3 anyway. Drives a pass into the near corner for Keegan. Murray curls into the paint on Gardner. A shot is up. Good. Curls in. What beautiful body control Keegan Murray has. Tony Perkins inside to Connor McCaffrey. Left wing for Chris Murray. His 3 splashes through. Up 5. 4:07 to go. Here's Bohannon driving into the wing. Lobs and a dunk for Keegan Murray. 68-63. Here's Rebracha. Skip pass inside. Shot fake. Shot up and good. Got Shedrick up in the air. Beekman crossover dribble. Gets it to Franklin. To the wing. Here's a 3 by Murray. Good. 1:40 to play. Pass inside now to the corner. Murray for the lead. Hits another one. He's a corner shooter. 14 points for Kane Murray. Hawks try to rally back. They haven't trailed in a while. Bohannon for 3. Good. Jordan Bohannon puts the Iowa Hawkeyes back in front by 2. 14 to shoot. 53 seconds to play in the game. Shedrick trying to set a screen on Toussaint. Clark switches off on Rebracha. His 3 is good. Wow, what a game. Hold the phone. 74-73. Iowa trails Virginia. Iowa down 1. Toussaint. Looking, gets it in now to Nebraska. Back to Joe, 15 seconds to play. Toussaint, double team, shoots it off the glass, goes in. He was double teamed. Iowa up one with 4 seconds to go. Here's a drive, a shot, no good. Rebounded shot, blocked by Patrick McCaffrey at the buzzer. Game over. Hawkeyes win it. Patrick McCaffrey with the blocked shot after Joe Toussaint hurled one in off the glass at the other end.
The Heartland is brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and Iowa Corn Promotion Board. You may think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. And by Athletico Physical Therapy. It all starts here.
You know, saw the situation, started the fourth quarter, we were down, team needed to play. Coach gave the go, and just trusting our coaches, trusting our preparation, and going out and making a play. And, you know, my guys helped me out. It was crazy. I rolled over, saw the ball skyrocket into Fish's hands, and he made a great catch. And once he scored, I just went crazy, and the whole sideline was going crazy, and you love when the crowd gets a little silent, so that's always good.
QB sneak, run it quite a few times this year. I really don't deserve too much credit for that one. Really just good job by Tyler Linderbaum, Kyler Schott, Cody Ince, Monty Pottebaum for getting me in there. And really the biggest part there was we had them tired because we were running the ball really effectively that drive, moving the tempo fast. And it's hard for a defense to stop that when they're when they're fully rested and all that, let alone when they're tired. So it's just a good play.
So it was a 2-minute situation. I bailed out trying to get my eyes on the quarterback. I was actually in off-man coverage. The receiver looked like he was about to run the post, so I broke to the post, and when I'm looking at the quarterback, he threw the ball right to me, and it was game over. I was excited. Really couldn't do any celebrating because I just was in so much shock that it happened. Blessed to be in that situation. We prepared all week for it.
That's what I've always wanted to do as a personal goal, just get to Indy, and we always talk about it. There's signs up in the weight room, going into the weight room where the road, this is where it begins, and just getting to Indy is special for us and special for the team, and all the coaching staff, all the players care so much, and putting in the time and investment, and seeing it pay off. Now it's time to go to work.
Offensively, we have to be ready for a lot. Especially, obviously their defense is kind of, starts with Aiden Hutchinson and the player that he is, but they have a lot of talent all over the place. And our first step is to really understand their scheme, and then it's to work on our execution so that when we get out there, we're playing physical, we're playing tough, and taking advantage of the opportunity when they're presented. But it's gonna be a ton of fun. It's gonna be a great opportunity, and I know we're fired up.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,